Hello and welcome to Kinetic Builds. We're back with another episode of Return to Moria.
The orcs must have it. They've overrun Dwarves.
I have been out exploring just a little bit, not very far. We came down here and I have gone through two rooms. There was a troll cave here. There's a drake nest here that I snuck past. And now I'm in this room, which seems to be a forge of some kind. And apparently I was supposed to look for an axe fragment here. I've got all the axe fragments. I have to say, this game and its buggy quests are a little bit weird sometimes, but we found the Great Forge of Nogrod. And so I'm going to see if we can find the pieces to put this together real quick and see if it unlocks any recipes for us at least. I feel like I've done a lot of things out of order in the last few episodes, just the nature of how we ended up exploring for things. And so now I'm trying to put the pieces together. We've got all of our tier 5 armor unlocked. I just can't build it because we don't have the materials. Meanwhile, I haven't found all of the recipes for our tier 4 armor. I did end up building the mining helmet on recommendations from everybody. However, I have to say I'm honestly a little unimpressed with it. The light radius is so much less than just getting out a torch, and it does have a good deal less armor than the other helmet that we've been using. So I don't know, we're going to use it for now, just because I expect that I'm going to be doing some combat in the dark here a little bit. So we're kind of dealing with things as we go. I'm just trying to get some recipes unlocked, really, is the goal for today. I'm not looking to move the story along until we can clear out some of the more of the dungeon and get this stuff unlocked. Looks like they did see me, so we're gonna jump down here and take on this orc real quick.
Knock this one dead.
Ooh, Gundabad slag. Try to get into a better position here to start this fight off. There we go. These things aren't so tough as long as you don't let them gang up on you. We're slowly trying to get better at the combat mechanics here, being a little bit more thoughtful about things, but I'll be honest, combat has never been my strong point in games like this, so if you're looking for someone who's going to master those in this playthrough, that's probably not going to be me. Now, let me see if I can locate this gear. I feel like I just saw it laying around here somewhere, but we got distracted by the wargs. I was looking around the room when we were standing up top, and now I forgot if I saw it somewhere. There it is, right over here by the statue. Oh, I can hardly miss something that big. And this is where the helmet light comes into play a little bit. Now, the torch we had on our back was providing a lot more light than this, I feel like. However, that was a masterwork item, and you can only have one masterwork item at a time. And right now, at least, I'd rather have Durin's axe, because that's letting me break through the walls and such when I come across them. And I'm not really interested in, if I come across one, having to run all the way back and all that stuff. So I'm kind of looking to just keep it with me for the time being so that we can unlock stuff as we come near it. That got thrown a lot farther than I was hoping. I don't know if anybody else has found an easier way to get these gears and stuff up here. I find that for me, I have to just do what I'm doing now, which is, carry them somewhere, toss them down on the ground, climb up, and try and pick them up. So it's a little bit of a hassle, but we get it done. I talked about it last episode. Not my favorite mechanic, having these giant pieces to lug around. Oh, gotta be kidding me. I don't feel like this adds anything to the game, and it's just been cumbersome like that, where it rolls right off. Either way, we eventually get it done. We've got that all placed up there. Let's fire up this forge. Hopefully we don't have a ton of monsters coming at us. And there we go. The forge is now lit. Let's see if we get anything cool here for it. There is a whole bunch of recipes. Ooh, and looks like a radiant sword, which might be good for us. The Nogrod Dwarf Craft. Refugees from Gifted Khazad-dûm, the extraordinary legacy of master weapon maker Telkar. His signature was a damasked alloy of moon and sunstone that could shine with the light of both. Narazul blade of King Elendil, an heirloom of his house, was Telkar's most famous work. Okay. And we've got Nogrod's new forge. No weapon forged would renew our home when Nogrod fell and lay in ruin. New caverns called under misty peaks within the pillared halls of Durin. Our forge now sings our smith's delight with Durin's folk. Our new home is hewn. All right, let's take a look here. So I picked up the Nogrod steel ingot, which I can do sunstone and true quartz and iron ore. I've got those resources. So I can build those back at the base now. And then I get the Radiant Sword, one-handed tier 5 slashing. These swords of Telkar's design have runes of power that make the blade radiate with light of the sun. Ooh, I hope that provides light. And then a two-handed axe. Well, that's awesome because I have all of these resources back at the base. I wonder if I can now craft those at this. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. So a little bit frustrating that you can only make some of these things at these specific forges. This forge is down here. Given that these are ordered, it makes me feel like I'm missing another one, but these are tier 5 weapons, so we're going to want to prioritize this tier 5 weapon, and I do not want to have to come back here, so let's see how smart I am. Have I kept the necessary resources on me this time? I'm just making sure there wasn't a map stone or something here. To craft a little campfire, craft a little map stone. Good deal. We found the map stone. Let me go ahead and check this recipe one more time. 3 Nogrod ingots, 4 ironwood, and a fine leather. Well, I'm certainly glad that we were finding all of that sunstone that we were. I don't know that it's quite enough. It's only going to make me 4 of these ingots, 3 of these ingots. Oh, I need more quartz of all things. Well, I can easily come across some more quartz. Surprised that that's the resource we ran out of, but I've only got enough to make 1 more with the sunstone, and I'm just double checking, and I can't make it in our base here at all. Unfortunate. It was kind of nice when I could make the things I needed inside the base. However, I'm lucky enough, I only need 3 of those ingots here to make this one-handed sword, so I'm going to go ahead and get these other resources. We're going to rest up and make some more rations, and we'll go get this thing crafted. Picking up our Nogrod steel ingots, we also uncovered the tier 5 bolts here, which are definitely better than the ones we're using. We're back here at tier 3 right now, because I don't have any feathers. Maybe we'll have to go back and get some feathers, because the crossbow bolts have been somewhat useful, even in our reduced state. And I love that they put the locations in here for these. Unfortunately, the Desolation of Durin's Bane is the mapstone here instead of the forge. It's going to be a little bit confusing, but I think we can remember that. I was kind of hoping that it would show the forge as the location. Maybe if I put it up on top here, I don't know. However, we're going to go ahead and make this radiant one-handed sword. Here we go, tier 5 slashing damage. I'm going to replace the axe with this. I'm going to still keep this mace in case we're up against something that has armor that I need to try and bust through. It might work out a little bit better. But yeah, this is going to be a nice upgrade for us. I did make up some lembas bread, so I have some really good rations once we're done with the stuff I've got in my inventory right now. And I'm just looking around here. I think we're all done in this room, so let's get moving. We're going to keep going. I'm going to leave this all set up here because we do have a couple other things I might make back here at some point. And is that salt? We are a little low on salt in the base. I've been grabbing random resources when we see them, just so I don't have to specifically go out and do any big grinding resource runs. And as I mentioned, we should have a drake out here, which I think is an armored foe. So I'm a little bit nervous I'm going to run into it. I haven't had to fight it yet. I snuck by because everything was in the shadow here. And I don't know where it went, so we're just going to set some walls down here and move on down the way, see what else we can find. I don't like how much glow I'm getting on the screen from the mining helmet, though. It's a little bit awkward looking at times, but it is what it is. This thing's fairly effective. I like how quick the swords are. I did miss my one-handed sword.
Perfect.
Oh, he kicked me. I can hear more fighting somewhere. Looks like over here. Well, let's go see if we can help somebody out. Boom.
We got
Oops.
orcs. That's all you got? I need a better weapon for this.
Well, that's not bad for a charge attack. Oops. I didn't do that right. Trying to be fancy, just taking damage. Well, I've gotten so much of this Gundabar slag, I don't really need it. We're going to keep picking it up. I'm sure there'll be more things to use, but I am pretty sure I've got enough of those ingots to make a full suit of the Durin's guard armor when it becomes available to me. Unfortunately, we're being held up by the star metal for that, but here is a statue. I don't have any granite. Well, let's fix that problem right now. Looks like I'm busting through into another little room back here behind the main cavern. Oh, I might be getting some silver up here too. Let's recover our stamina and look around here. Yeah, just a little room, but this is a huge deposit, which is great because, believe it or not, the granite is the resource that I've been missing out on the most. We've been doing all the base building, and I burned through our stockpiles of granite. So I'm just gonna keep plowing through this. We'll get a little bit, and at least I'll know where there's some more of it in case we need to come back and actually farm for some granite. I think we've got most of the base stuff built now, so I haven't really been focused on it. We just need some for our statue repairs at this point. I think that's probably about enough of that. We've got several stacks of it now. We might as well repair our damaged statue now. And hopefully we'll get a recipe. There's an armor upgrade. And we're going to head back out here and keep exploring. I need at least one more statue to unlock the rest of my armor, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll get the rest of the armor unlocked before we head back for sure. Unless, of course, we run into something else interesting down here. Well, I'm not seeing anything back in this corner, and we did connect back up with a path. We'd come in from the other side here, which is great. We're kind of closing off certain directions here. Well, I don't mean closing off, but we're completing the circuit, I suppose would be a better way to say that. Lots of resources down here. Man, if we needed materials for anything, we're not going to have a hard time finding it. You just got to kind of look around, and you can find as many resources as you need. I would be surprised to hear of anybody playing this game that's saying that they're coming up low on resources. Maybe if you had a multiplayer game, but even then, so much stuff here. So we're gonna keep working our way through here into the next room. I can hear the orcs, so I'm sure I'm gonna run into some more fighting momentarily. Yep, here we go. And now this one's armored, so I'm curious to see... I'm doing damage.
Perfect.
Ooh, I can knock him down.
Knock this one dead.
Yeah, tier 5 weapons is making this a lot easier. Oops. Still mess up occasionally. Alright, you go away. Alright, you're not taking damage, so I'll need to use the pick on you. But what I can do now that I can do damage to these other guys is knock out the easy guys. Oops, and then I can switch weapons to take him out probably. Alright, now that they're done. Yeah, look at that. Piece of cake. Yeah, finding the right equipment makes all the difference. And that comes down to, you know, I went down one path instead of another path and didn't come across these statues until now. I suppose the moral of that story is if you start running into stuff that's a little bit too hard, maybe try a different path. Because there's my boots recipe. And I'm going to come over here and we're going to knock down this banner, see what's in the chest. More good stuff. Black diamonds are so easy to come by now. I remember a point in the game where I was stressed out and trying to find black diamonds and it was going to be this big grind, and then we always ended up coming across them when we needed them. There's one of 3 on the gauntlets, so I'm still quite a little ways away there. Quite a little? Which is it? I'm quite a ways away on that one, but we're gonna grab some resources and keep moving. There's another statue down there. I just want to clear this room before I move on. Lots of gold in here as well. Oh, here I've got an orc. Oh, this isn't my weapon. I always get confused as to do I have the Durin's axe or the mattock in my hands. There must be another orc patrol around. There it is.
I need a better weapon for this.
Yeah, in these small party fights, this shield bash one-handed weapon style is working out pretty good for me. More gold. More statues. That's the other thing we haven't found yet, is the statue receptacle for these statues we've been finding in this part of the dungeon. And I don't think we found all the ones for the part of the dungeon that's upstairs. So we've got missing statues upstairs and missing dungeon downstairs, because I'm up to 8 of these now. Something tells me I won't need 8 to finish it off. Now, I probably should go ahead and destroy some furniture while we're here, so I'm going to do that real quick. Get some ironwood, hopefully. Huh, no ironwood in any of that. I think the buff on my axe only helps if I'm chopping trees, and so I've been just going back to, like, even the Elven Quarter, I get ironwood for using my axe, so I don't know that I really need to do much with this here right now. I was just seeing a lot of furniture thinking I could make some money easily, or make some ironwood easily, but apparently not. Now, I thought I saw another statue here that I had walked by when I went up in that building, but maybe I'm getting turned around. Alright, well, let's go clear this camp, because clearly We're gonna keep getting more orcs as long as this is here. More loots. More statues. And another statue. I gotta remember to call the little statues carvings. In my mind, they're both statues, but it can be confusing. Can't forget the slag. You never know how much of that we're gonna eventually need. And we do have a door out of here. I'm just checking the second floor as long as I'm here. Not seeing anything. We're starting to get tired. So we're gonna have to head back here eventually. Let's see if we can at least expand into the next room. I'll clear this camp. I should have the energy for that. Get my shield back out. More carvings. Oh, there's shadow there. Let's let this guy come to me then. Alright. Whoa, you came up right behind me.
That's one more for me.
Alright, I guess the big orc is dead. Let me get the sword and shield back out.
That's all you got?
Done. Oh, I wasn't watching my health. We're low on hit points. I'm gonna eat one of these Lembas breads because that'll fully heal me in a single ration.
We
And
got orcs.
let's see if I can get above the shadow here to destroy this banner. I go through all the work of clearing it out. I want to finish it before we leave. Oops. I have no room for an orcish key. Oh, that's because stuff doesn't stack. Oops. Hey, don't wreck my platform.
Nowhere to run now.
Might as well take this stuff with me. And, oh, there is one of those, Durin things over here. I don't have the true quartz, though. Alright, we need to go back to the crystal caverns and get some true quartz. That's fine. That'll be a nice little sidebar here for us, because I need it both to make these new ingots as well as to light these things. And I used to carry a stack on me, but we used those all up when I created the ingots. And of course, the Drake that was gone before is now back in this junction with the stuff here, so it's really hard to navigate. I'm gonna try and make it through without getting obliterated here. This is my forge over here that I'm trying to get to, so I want to get to the map stone and get back to base. Whoa, that was close. We're gonna get all this new armor crafted before I come over there and try that. So we're up here at the base. I'm gonna get some more of these ingots going because we've found a bunch more of this slag, and that takes a couple minutes per bar. Might as well. And then let's build out the rest of this armor. So I have the helmet. We need the upgrade station. I need a gem cutter. I've got one over here for the old forge, or I had one. Let me just see. We don't still have one. Let me build one over here by the forge. That's my bad.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
I don't know how close this needs to be, so I'm gonna try and put it like over here. And let's see if that works for us. I'm hoping it just has to be anywhere on the same forge floor would be the nice way to do it. It looks like that's gonna work for us, so let's craft the armor, the gauntlets, and the boots. And there's a battering ram achievement. I don't know if I get a bonus when I've actually got all 3 of the same armor equipped. Let me just put this on. That's a lot of armor. So I am giving up a little bit of armor for not wearing the helmet at times. I'm going to keep the helmet in my inventory. We'll put the rest of this over here. And it's kind of cool to have each new tier of equipment being phased out. There we go. Our tier 3 equipment is officially on display. We are now in all tier 4 armor, minus the hat, obviously. And yeah, things are looking up. Let me go ahead and drop some of this stuff in my inventory off, and we'll get back out there. Alrighty, we're back out here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about this Drake. I'm not sure we're ready for this fight, but whoops. I can't even get a good swing at him. I am doing damage. We're taking a lot of damage because I'm not timing this well. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we definitely need the armor piercing. Ouch. We can block, though. The terrain height difference is making this extremely difficult. There we go. I keep missing and swinging over his head because he was below me a little bit there. The pickaxe worked great. The armor worked great until it broke. We're gonna just repair this armor super quick and be right back. Interesting tidbit, if you use a map stone and come back, even if you didn't rest, the Drake respawns. So if you need to farm Drake scales, well, that's one way to do it. Well, that was about a wash. I ended up taking enough armor damage that we can't do that, so let's continue onward here. I need to get onto the other side this time. And let's see where this leads us. I hear more orcs fighting, which means more Gundabad slag, most likely, because it's usually the 2 orc factions fighting each other. Get charged up here.
Knock this one dead.
Easy peasy. And I do have the Pale Hope buff right now, so we're gonna power through the shadow because I can. And see where this leads me. This has got to be a Darkest Depths room. It's all squared off, your Darkest Deeps, I suppose it is. And we've got a bunch of these mushroom tree things, so I think if I knock these down, I'll get ironwood. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all that ironwood. I might even head down into the Darkest Deeps and see if I can get some sunstone while I'm here. Well, it wasn't a bad haul. We got 10 ironwood off of those trees. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So let's let's head down here and see what we can do in the darkest deeps to see if there's any sunstone down here. We could really use some more of that to craft some more of the new tier weapons. I'd love to try out that new two-handed axe, I think it was. See how that works, but if we can't find the resources, we might get in a bit of a bind. So we'll see what we can do. Oh, that was close. We got a little bit aggressive on our walking off of that platform. It almost cost us. Oh, that might be sunstone over there, actually. Yeah, it is. Let's do it. 0 axe. And let's see, I need to get another one of these platforms going. I'm gonna put a platform over on the other side there too, just so I can get back up my ladder in a hurry if I need to. And somebody was saying, why don't I just build a torch when I'm down here so that I'm not in the darkness? I'm gonna do it, wall torch, right now, because I'm almost positive this doesn't work the way that people have thought. So I'm still in darkness, so the despair from darkness is still gonna come. I think they changed this at some point in a patch, and so if you've seen that wall torches are gonna keep you out of the dark in the darkest deeps, that is not how that actually works anymore. So torches now will keep you out of the dark in the rest of the mines, but down here there is no way to escape the dark.
The forges fire a hungry choir.
This looks like sunstone. Oh, precious gems. Diamonds. I did turn the singing off by accident there. I'm not sure what manner of creatures I'm eventually going to come up against down here. I've been told there's some crazy bad evil things lurking down here. I've just maybe been too chicken and never fully explored, but honestly, I just don't need this many precious gems. I don't know why anybody would need to come down here other than the sunstone right now. It's the only thing I've run into that I've found down here that I'm short on. I suppose black diamonds at some point, maybe? Oh. Okay. That would be the freaky thing. I've heard in the patch notes that if you kill these things now, they drop resources. Before they didn't used to drop anything. I wonder how fast it is. Well, it's going this way. I wonder how long it's going to take to do that circuit. This is precious gems. You can use, I think whoever told me this in the comments, if you push Q and look at something, you can see what it is. So like I knew this was sunstone without having to climb up here, which was very useful. And I do appreciate the tips that come in from time to time on little tricks like that that I'm missing. Okay, we got the sunstone. Oh, dwarf remains. I wonder if we get our hero spirit, if that's going to help me much in any way. Man, it just has a creepy noise and everything. Sounds like a gas stove that's been left on or something. I wonder how sneaking actually works in this game. Like, I have a torch. It's ridiculous that I'm sneaking. Well, that was sunstone. Lucky find for me. Precious gems. See, like that's precious gems, so I know I don't need to go over there since I'm looking for sunstone. Sounds like he's coming back. We're gonna run the other way. Precious gems. I think I've missed my path back to the ladders. I can hear him right on the other side of the wall here. I don't know if I dare start mining if he's gonna hear me or what. We're gonna try it. Well, I'm up to 21 sunstones. I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. I'd like to get out of here right now, to be honest. But it sounds like that thing is coming this way, so I'm just trying to get out of the way. This is the way out, right? Yep, there's a ladder. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. We've got the materials we were looking for. Might as well not push our luck. I am in no way interested in fighting whatever that horrible demon looks like, and all of the lore items indicate that it's just going to be a nasty fight for no real purpose. Even if it does have some materials on it at this point, I think not necessary for me. And that ladder goes from the other way. So what I want to do is not step off, but jump over to here, jump up to there. One of the other main reasons why I decided to do this run this time and not wait for later is I have the Pale Hope buff on my character right now, which actually makes me resistant to despair. And that has made doing this infinitely easier, because otherwise we would have certainly been suffering from despair down at the bottom of this hole. And instead, we were able to get out with some really good resources. So pay attention to those kind of buffs. That's one of the reasons why I love the Evening Ale buff, is you can get some pretty good things. And when you have the right buff, certain kind of adventuring becomes a lot easier. So as long as we're way out here, I thought we'd spin back by and repair the stone here to seal up this shadow pit. I should have the crystal on me, the true quartz. And let's get that going and see what it does for us. I've only repaired one other one of these at this point. I need to remember to keep these crystals on me again. The quartz, I should say. And there we go. We're undaunted. It's glowing. And hopefully the shadow will start to clear out of here. Give it a second and see what happens. Undaunted cures despair. I don't know if it will prevent it, but it's good enough for me. And there's another statue. Good deal. Oops. He's doing 0 damage to me in this new armor. So it's like the armor has some base damage reduction. Can't pick up the garnet. Let's rebuild the statue, see if there's any recipes left for us. Nope, we're dropping stuff on the ground now. Good to know. Let's go through this door then. There's definitely more orcs fighting, like, up above me here. Let me go back out here for just a second. I need to see if this is a zone that we're gonna have to climb up to see more things. Quite possibly. Can I place something up there? I can't get tall enough to really get up there, can I? Let's do that before we go through. Let's clear the room we're in before I go to the next room, at least. There's a big iron deposit. Okay, well, I'm gonna let him jump down there and do his thing. I am gonna try and get up here without falling off. That might be too hard. Let's build another ladder over there. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Looks like they had a pretty big blowout up here. Nice. Oh, he's just out of range. I'm liking this 0 damage thing. Maybe it's the Undaunted that's giving me some additional damage resistance. Either way, we're doing awesome now. Now's the time to fight the good fight. And we might as well just see what the precious gem is, right? We're here. Amethyst, we don't need it. Down we go. There's a huge iron deposit there. If only we needed it. And somewhere down here's a Gundabad org. I don't know where he went. That's alright. We've got another path over there, a smaller one. I'm going to open up this big one first. See where we go. Looks like a dead-end room, which is nice. And I'm pretty sure this will be a nothing statue. As expected. Well, I'm feeling good. We've cleaned out some of the rest of these mine areas. I like when we close off an area and it's all finished up. Removes any question of whether or not we're missing something, if you know what I mean. Oh, there's a whole encampment up here. Well, let's take it down. As long as we're invincible, now's the time, right? And I have to clean up an inventory spot to pick up that key, though. Although I might have just mashed their chest to pieces. I don't pay attention. I have to say, being invincible is quite nice. I see an orcish key, but not an orcish chest, so I'm not going to bother picking it up. I can hear my weapon ringing still. Oh, there's a patrol. Well, there's nothing here. I'm going to go around up here and see what I find. Ooh, there's a monument. We'll get that in a second. This goes to nowhere. There we go. Monument to Durin the Fifth.
From sleep.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 now. Though shadows spread across the land, the silvered peaks he kept safe and bright during the Slayer. He faced all threats and delved so deep for ore so light. Rejoice in our bounty, he found true silver. Our realm now prospers in King Durin's might. Hey, I'm
Ha ha! That's one more for me!
Alright, one more taken care of. I'll double check our corners. Nothing good. Let's get out of here, folks. We've got this little passage over here to look at, and then we're all done exploring this whole leg of the dungeon. I can hear more fighting. There's another statue. Let's hit that real quick. It's gonna be a whole lot of nothing, I expect. As expected. Well, let's get the rest of them real quick. Can't pick up leather? Alright. Mushrooms. Oh, nope. I didn't want the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and oh, I don't have enough to repair this. Oh, no. Well, I know it was giving me a whole lot of nothing on the other one, so I'm not too worried about it. We're going to take it and keep going. Let's get out of here. This is another dead end area. And that's going to close off this whole section, leaving just one room down in that part of the mines to go through here yet. But I'm kind of wondering, now that I've got up to tier 5 weapons, how we would fare in that next zone where we get in the star medal, because the star medal is going to lead us to the next tier of upgrades. So we've got all kinds of good things going on here, but I'll fight my way back up to the base and we'll see where we're at. We are back up here at the base, and I'm just checking on our resources. I'm not actually going to craft any more of these steel ingots just yet, but we did end up with 24 sunstones after all is said and done, and we got 52 true quartz on us now, which I think is doing pretty good. We've repaired everything up, cleaned up the inventory, and we're in a pretty good spot. I'm feeling pretty good about today's adventure. Wasn't any really big revelations. I mean, I guess we did get to the forge in the area here. We cleaned out a huge chunk. We got the rest of our armor. That's always a plus. For the completionist in me, I probably do want to go back and get this room. I'll probably do that off camera unless there's something cool in there. And then I believe we might finally be ready to move on to the next area, which is going back into this Barazan Bar zone and seeing what we can find, which was either going out through here in the Western Halls or up here. One of these was a shortcut into that zone. I think it was this one up here. So we might be able to take the shortcut and just run up there and get in. We'll have to see. It's been a minute since we walked around in those areas, but nonetheless, we've been very successful today in progressing our equipment tiers. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and next time we're going to be hunting for star metal, I think. That's all for today. Kedrick out.